Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Young. I'm going to walk you through some of the key characteristics and the key reasons why companies become very fast growing over a short period of time. Now, my opinion presentation is basically one perspective. I have 25 years of business. I've worked with a lot of startups. I've worked with different things in terms of re-engineering business processes. So I'm going to give you the perspective of how these companies can go from 0 to 50 to 100 million within a short period of time. Here's a little bit about myself. I'm a CPA CGA by trade, so I've got 25 years of diverse experience from academia, industry to financial solutions. My agenda will be talking about growth. I'll talk about the fastest growing companies in Canada based on 2015. I'll talk about the characteristics of those growing companies, and I'll talk about what can be done to support up and coming companies. Now, I won't spend a lot of time here. All I'm going to say in one few sentences, we're in the period of slow economic growth. That means there's a lot more opportunity where entrepreneurs want to branch out to see if they can make better for themselves to help support their economy and their overall economic growth objectives. Look at this list here. This is the top 25. What I want you to pay attention is the couple columns here. First of all, look at the revenue here. Some have gone from 50 to 99 million worth of revenues. Most of the cases you're seeing here, they range from 5 to 10 million, or 10 to 20 million. So what you're seeing here is some of these companies started up very quickly and went through rapid growth and success. How? Because they probably went to an agile strategy, get up and running, focus on a key market segment, and were able to basically fill a void. And that's what these companies are targeted. The second point is, typically with new startups, usually they worked in that industry before, so they've already have the contacts, so they're leveraging those contacts to help build their business up. And that's the other aspect that comes in. What you should be familiar with as the overall flavor of this is you should be familiar with the 4 P's, which are price, product, placement, and promotion. Most of these companies would have some sort of play into that space because that's how you basically go to market and do your strategy. What are the characteristics? Okay, well, first of all, Canada's a small economy, so you have to look not just within Canada's borders, you have to look at export capacity. That's where you have to leverage key programs like Export Development Corporation. You have to look at leveraging trade investment deals signed by the federal government. That gives you that. Embrace and transparency. You want your employees to succeed, so you're going to look at compensation. Okay, so if you're a startup, maybe you're going to provide stock options down the road as part of the compensation. You're going to have empowerment of collaboration, because in a short environment, you have to take ideas quicker to market, so you're going to try to use collaboration. So the whole idea is to be successful, you have to have empowerment, you have to have compensation to drive performance. You need to become a skills factor here. You need to continue to develop your employees, encourage them to update their skills. Whether it's in IT, supply chain, pragmatic marketing, digital media marketing, to adjust to the trends. Because those skill development is going to help your company succeed to expand at a rapid pace. Cultivate resiliency. This is again getting back to motivation of employees. You need to be able to adjust to change. The old saying is, those adjust to change survive and prosper. Those that don't go out the door. So you have to find out what business model you need to work with and how you can make adjustments to that. Build with a big mind. In other words, don't get too far ahead of yourself, but ensure you have efficiencies, effectiveness, and controls on both cash flow and the market strategy so you can execute. But think big to a certain point that you can get big. So you may look at a 3, 6, 9, 12-month plan. These are key factors that drive consistently how the fastest growing companies succeed. Now, you can't do it on your own. What you need help is right government policies. And since most fastest growing companies start very small, you get into tax policies. So the federal government right now hasn't budged on reducing the corporate tax rate. That money, the reduction in tax rate, is money goes back into the business. So they have to look at those ways. No new taxes, because if you bring in new taxes, that's a cost to business. And that's what you're seeing in Ontario with potential pension plan as well, cap and trade. Continually advance investment and trade deals allow companies to have that ability to expand exports. Skill development. This is where partnerships between university government should be working with businesses to basically expand opportunities to update skills so that they prepare for the next generation of jobs. Access to capital. This is where you get into looking at bridge funding. The federal government has programs like Sustainable Development Technology Corporation. They've been working with big industries to kind of look at different ways to fund capital and grants. That's critical. We've already seen them play in McMaster, Queens, Western, some of the other universities, innovation centers. What these are partnerships between colleges and university, all levels of government and the private sector, to take ideas from incubation to market. We need to expand that. We need to continue to increase entrepreneur spirit by look at ways to do it. The other thing that they probably should bring in is more mentoring. They should bring in people that have 25 years of experience to help these guys do their marketing strategy, maybe a little bit of the accounting, taxation planning, to kind of give them some guidance. Because a lot of times with an entrepreneur, he might have a great idea, but he has no real clear plan how to take that idea from incubation to market. A lot of ideas die because the ability to take them from incubation to market is very difficult. So you need somebody to walk them through that process. And that's critical. And that's where maybe with these innovation center, they have a board of directors, they have other people that bring a multiple skill sets that help develop those ideas. Because in an economy, it's going to grow by a certain amount of GDP. But if you can come up with new ideas, you may be able to go into a market segment that's potentially growing. A good example, cybersecurity. Okay, you look at advanced materials. It could be automation. Okay, it could be water treatment. It could be food processing. All these things are critical sectors, but give opportunity for innovation, and those people that want to lead innovation may be able to get in that segment to expand money. So that's one thing you need to look at in terms of the overall flavor when you're looking at the fastest growing companies. I encourage you to do your research as you're looking at things, especially if you want to get into an entrepreneur. Sit down with a financial person to map things out. Look at the programs available through Government of Canada sites, but clearly come up with a plan. And this kind of gives you guidance how these fastest growing companies succeed. Thank you.